Hello, welcome to Security and Compliance Management class. So the topics covered in this session is foundation of risk management, compliance management, information security management, technology, and electronic payments. And the different terms related to electronic payment is business and money, the payment challenge, payment procedures, receivables management, cyber money. And the case studies related to the security and compliance management also. And coming to the first topic, security and compliance management. Security compliance management is the process of implementing security controls and monitoring systems and policies while ensuring adherence to the latest regulatory standards. Organizations adopt several measures to ensure safety against security threats such as risk assessment, incident response, and system and network surveillance. So, within the diagram, we are knowing about the implementation of the security controls, risk identification and incident handling, avoiding ratification of non-compliance, maintaining public perception. And best practices for security compliance management is nothing but organizations today are subject to a number of regulatory compliances and exposed to several non-compliance ramifications. These include financial risk, damage to public perception, and more. Having a certain set of best practices for security compliance management helps keep things under control. And the five tactics to facilitate best practices for security compliance management. And the first one is define scope of the compliance system, assess risk early, understand compliance requirements, conduct frequent audits, include surveillance and monitoring. And first coming to the scope of compliance systems. So effective security management begins with defining the scope of the compliance system. Proper policies need to be laid down to serve a centralized source of truth. This begins with identifying the compliance requirements and addressing the areas which need to be covered by the compliance system. These will essentially be areas where compliance risks are most significant. And coming to the second practice, assessment assesses risk early. Reactive measures are often not as effective as being proactive. Especially in the matters of security, organizations must assess risk early through a proactive approach and continuous risk assessment. Conducting penetration testing, vulnerability scans, installing intrusion detection systems, etc. Ensure that potential threats do not become major accident and disrupt the operation of the organization. And the third point, understand compliance requirements. The industrial regulations, nature of business activities, and geographical locations mostly dictate the compliance requirements. This is very essential to have a thorough understanding of the prerequisites before checking out an action plan. Knowledge about the legal and regulatory obligations will also enable better risk management and protection against non-compliance ramification. And the next one, conduct frequent audits. The best way to demonstrate commitment to compliance is by conducting frequent internal audits. This ensures ongoing adherence and continuous improvement in compliance processes. Any potential harm to fiance's reputation or operations is avoided and there's increased discipline and efficiency in employment. And next, include surveillance and monitoring. Surveillance and monitoring should become a part of the company processes for efficient security compliance management. The effectiveness of the implementation plan, the true picture of cyber resilience, and any persisting weak links are essentially learned during these exercises. And the next one is foundation of risk management. We already known about the risk management. So here we are knowing about the foundation of risk management. It encompasses a structured approach to identifying, assessing, mitigating, and monitoring risks that could impact on organizations' objectives. So here are the key components of the foundation of risk management. First one is risk identification. We can identify potential risks that could affect the organization's operations, projects, or objectives. Risks can stem from various sources, including internal processes, external events, technology, human factors, regulatory changes, and more. And the next one, risk assessment. We can evaluate the likelihood and potential impact of identified risks, prioritizing risk based on their significance to the organization's objectives, utilizing qualitative and quantitative methods to assess risk. Risk mitigation. Developing strategies and measures to reduce the likelihood or impact of identified risks. Implementing controls, safeguards, and procedures to mitigate risks. Risk mitigation strategies can include risk avoidance, risk transfer, risk reduction, or acceptance. Risk monitoring and control. Establishing processes to monitor and review risks continuously, tracking changes in risk factors, assessing the effectiveness of risk mitigation measures, and adjusting strategies as needed. Implementing controls to ensure that risks remain within acceptable levels. And the next one is risk communication and reporting. Communicating risk information effectively to stakeholders, including senior management, board of directors, employees, and external partners. Providing timely and accurate risk reports that facilitate informed decision making. Encouraging a culture of risk awareness and transparency within the organization. And the next one, integration with organizational processes. These are related to the integrating risk management into the organization strategies, planning, project management, and operational activities. Ensuring that risk management processes align with the organization's goals, values, and culture. Incorporating risk management into decision making processes at all levels of the organization. And the next one, compliance and regulatory considerations. Ensuring that risk management practices comply with the relevant laws, regulations, and industry standards. Addressing specific regulatory requirements related to risk management, such as data protection regulations, financial reporting standards, or industry specific standards. And the last one is continuous improvement. We already known about the continuous improvement is nothing but regularly we have to review and learn from the past experiences also. And coming to the compliance management. Foundations of compliance management involves establishing a systematic approach to ensuring that an organization adhere to relevant laws, regulations, standards, and internal policies. So here are the key components of the compliant management. First one is regulatory environment understanding. Comprehensive understanding of the regulatory landscape relevant to the organization's industry and geographical locations of operations. Regular monitoring of regular changes and updates to ensure compliance. And the next one, risk assessment and compliance gap analysis. Conducting risk assessments and compliance gap analysis to identify areas where the organization may be non-compliant. Prioritizing areas of non-compliance based on their significance and potential impact on the organization. And the next one, development of policies and procedures. Establishing clear and comprehensive policies and procedures that outline compliance requirements, expectations, and responsibilities for employees. Policy should cover areas such as data protection, information security, anti-corruption, privacy, and other relevant regulatory domains. The next one, training and awareness program. Providing regular training and awareness programs to employees to ensure understanding of compliance requirements and their roles in maintaining compliance. Training should cover topics such as ethical conduct, data handling, reporting procedures, and response to compliance issues. And the next one, implementation of controls and monitoring mechanisms, compliance reporting and documentation, internal and external audits, remediation and corrective actions, board oversight and governance, continuous improvement. We already discussed about continuous improvement in the previous session. Like that, continuously we have to review and improve compliance management processes and encourage a culture of compliance and ethical conduct throughout the organization. So this is nothing about continuous management system. And the next one is information security management. Information security management refers to the systematic approach of protecting sensitive information within an organization from unauthorized access, disclosure, alteration, destruction, and other forms of compromise. ISM encompasses various processes, policies, procedures, and technologies aimed at ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. So, the given below are the key components of information security management. And the first one is risk assessment and management. Identifying and assessing information security risks to the organization's assets, including data systems, networks, and applications. Prioritizing risks based on their potential impact and likelihood of occurrence. Developing risk mitigation strategies and controls to reduce the impact of identified risks to an acceptable level. And the next one is information security policies and procedures, access control, security awareness and testing, incident response and management, security controls and technologies, security governance and compliance, and the continuous monitoring and improvement. Among them all, the main key points are risk assessment and management, access control, security awareness and training, incident response and management plays a key role, and the continuous assessment is also a key point in the continuous monitoring is a key point in the information security controls. And coming to the technology part. So technology plays a critical role in enabling effective security and compliance management within organizations. Here are some key technologies used for security and compliance management. First one is information event management. Shortly, we can call it as SIEM. These solutions aggregate and analyzing log data from various sources across the IT environment, including network devices, servers, applications, and security controls. They provide real-time monitoring. SIEM platform help organizations meet compliance requirements by providing centralized logging, reporting, and audit trail capabilities. The second one is IAM, Identify and Access Management. IAM IAM solutions manage user identities, authentication, and authorization across IT systems and applications. And loss prevention. Loss prevention is shortly called as DLP. It monitors and controls the movement of sensitive data within the organization's network and endpoint. And the next one, vulnerability management. Its solutions scan IT assets for known security vulnerabilities and misconfigurations. And the next one, endpoint security, encryption, configuration management, security, orchestration, automation, and response. Coming to electronic payment. E-payments are nothing but the financial transaction is compulsory in any e-commerce website. So we can use any electronic payment. So several technologies facilitating with e-payments are nothing but encryption, tokenization, EMV, near field communication, biometric authentication, fraud detection and prevention system, blockchain technology, payment gateway and secure protocols, compliance management systems. Next, coming to business and money. So whatever the business it may be, mainly the business will be going on for the financial development only. So this is related to business creation of value. So they contribute to economic growth and development by producing goods, providing employment opportunities, and driving innovations. So they are related to entrepreneurship, employment, innovation, wealth creation, market dynamics. And coming to money, money related steady medium of exchange, unit of account, store of value, standard of deferred payment, liquidity, central bank policies, and etc. And we have different payment challenges also. And payment challenges are security concerns, fraud prevention, regulatory compliance, payment processing costs, integration and interoperability, customer experience, cross-border payments, and etc. And coming to payment procedures, we can initialize the payment, authorization, and then payment method selection, and payment execution, payment processing, And finally, we can confirmation with the receipt. And reconciliation, record keeping and further documentation. And the next one is receivable management. That means after completion of the transaction, we can manage the receivables also with the help of e-payments. So the points related to receivable management is invoice generation and delivery, payment gateway integration, multiple payment options, automated payment reminders, recurring billing and subscription management, and so on. And coming to cyber money is related to cryptocurrencies, CBDCs, digital fiat currencies, stable coins, digital payments, and etc. So all these are related to the security and compliance management. Thank you.